Hello everyone, it's the voice of GNFX and welcome. It's a new week, so we're going to be running market update after we have, give out a market analysis and our pre-market session, and we want to still speak about most of the things we have. Okay, so one of the things I want to start talking about will be the card. All right, we've um, we've seen card actually been in an uptrend. All right, and actually starting to capitulate. Okay, so I would look at card to be in an ending diagonal, not really a new downtrend, because why I'm looking at that to be so is um, here we had this huge accumulation here. So if we have this huge accumulation here, which I would expect an explode on the card, all right, because of this accumulation, because the whole of here is actually an accumulation. So I want to, I'm still actually waiting for that setup to actually come, but definitely I want to see some drop, all right, in the card this week, possibly into this area here, breaking this structure here, thereby forcing people to start shutting the card to back into this structure. Then I will then wait to see when card can actually show me some bullish momentum into maybe breaking this and then forming series of higher highs, and then I will look to go long on the card. But at the moment, I want to see card actually making its way down and surely still capitulating and giving up its position as I would want to. Okay, see. And how will that affect? Let's see against the NZD, all right, let's see against the risk of phase how card have been actually faring today. Okay, card have been actually, we've seen the New Zealand actually move up as at now. Okay, actually moved up about 60 pips. Okay, actually, the retracement of the 40 pips at the moment, and also with the AUD card also making those push up too, which we actually put up an order. Okay, so we want to see that happening also in the week. Okay, let's look at what the AUD is doing in terms of the indices and how everything is unfolding. Early in the week, we actually had those rise early in the Aussie session. Okay, and we actually have some stall, okay, here, but we have this huge, guys, we have this huge demand area here, this huge demand area. So we need to see if there could be a test of this huge demand area, then and only then would we look to take. If we can actually see those drops coming in, all right, we can actually see then would be a good time to actually go long. But here's a huge demand area here. So we want to see how price would then fare inside of this area here. Once that could happen, then we can look to go long. But at the moment, I want to say we need to be careful on how we actually trade the Aussie and the risk of phases, because possibly we actually did saw last week what could possibly look like a double top here, which we spoke about in our pre-market analysis. We so definitely, but the CO2 report, there have not really been any major change in the CO2 report as at last week. So we are still expecting those long positions to see come in and play on the card. But overall, looking at card from a larger time frame, all right, we want to see some more strength on the card on the Aussie, all right, rather. Because even on the larger time frame, we could also see that definitely there is no reaction as to some sort as to indicating that the end is near for this pay in terms of reversal. So definitely, I want to see this week actually coming to field. But here also is a very strong trend line which have been trading right from that was 2014, which actually formed and after this double top inside of this area here happened. So definitely for this week, I want to see the cat strength, but I don't know if that would happen against the JPY or. But I want to see the cat, the Aussie strength against some of the pairs. Possibly, I will look at to see the cat strength more, the Aussie pay strength against the card, all right, the commodity pair like card, because I want to also expect that catch actually keep doing those filling until forming the e-leg, which I want to see. So I'm expecting card to further drop into this structure here about the zone. So this is my A, okay, B, C, D up here. So I'm expecting card to drop further into the 1.62. Okay, so it's already rejecting the 127.1 Fibonacci level. So I want to see further drop. So if that could happen, that would be a good opportunity to then go long on the card. But at the moment, I see card actually making some little bit push down around maybe the 1.47 before then the rise. Okay, so I want to see strength against the card, okay, in terms of Aussie strength. So I'm not really going to expect Aussie strength against the JPY, all right, early in the session, which also we have seen here, which I spoke about, that we actually expect the JPY to actually try and make some push up, but as we are seeing now that early in the session we had a rise, and now we are having those positions being let go by the JPY, and we are seeing JPY strength coming into the market here as the LFX is actually dropping against the JPY. So this actually indicating JPY strength, but this is a huge, guys, this is a huge structure here and demand zone. So we then would see how this would actually fare inside this area. But as you can see, as the JPY strength is coming in, so also is the USD JPY actually going down. Okay, it's actually going down massively today. Okay, as against the USD CHF, we are not having much of a drop on the USD CHF as compared to the USD JPY. So we can see the USD JPY actually making a massive drop, all right, up to 90 pips in just today as against this drop against the CHF. So we are not really seeing the CHF strength today. Okay, CHF is not really flexing its muscles early in the week. Okay, so but I want to see maybe that happening later in the week. But as we can see here, it actually dropped down. All right, dropped down about 40 pips before then making this rise again. So, but I want to see later in the week how CHF will actually flex its muscle and also show us strength. So for the GBP, I spoke about GBP in my pre-session that GBP is actually contracting, but we have seen that GBP has actually broken out of this trend line, which it actually contracted to. But one, I want to see this pay break above this structure here, because this is a huge supply zone. Huge supply zone resistance. Resistance will also be resistance. But I want to see if it could be a break above, then I will continue longing the pound. All right, but we can see a bit of rejection here, and we can then see the pay actually go down, but we do not know. So we cannot really take a trade action inside of here for that. So, but we can also see that the USD JPY, the pound USD is actually making rise. That is because of the USD weakness across board. Okay, so let's see how the week is starting for USD in terms of the indices. We have seen massive drop on the USD early in the week. Okay, massive drop of about 100. Wow, that's crazy. So USD is still going down, and that's why we are seeing those other pay against the USD actually flexing its muscles and actually going up. Okay, so for the but let's see how those pound pays are actually faring against other currencies, possibly like the AUD, NZD, and also the CHF, possibly the JPY, how they're actually faring. So we can then actually compare and then see what is happening. Euro has also been going up, but met with a key structure here. So I don't know what that would mean. But also early in the session, we actually have this huge move. That is because of the CHF weakness. Okay, early in the session, which we spoke about in also my pre-session, that is because of the CHF weakness, and the CHF actually relaxing a little bit. So we've seen that happening here, and huge. Okay, that's huge. Guys, that's huge. Guys, very huge. So it will not be a very good time to actually enter into a trade here. At the moment, I would say I only want to buy the euro against the CHF, but it's not really a good time to actually go on any trade at the moment with the euro CHF. So let's look at the pound against other pays. So the pound actually against AUD have not really moved very far out. Only 63 pips made a drop early in the session before then the rise. So I don't really expect much of rise from the pound yield, but I definitely want to short this space. So I want to be looking for a very good opportunity to do that, possibly when the Aussie or the risk of sentiment or the risk on sentiments actually come into the market. So at the moment we are just having maybe risk aversion sentiments. Actually, everyone's like looking at the market, but I want to see if there could actually be some relaxed mood in the market. I want to start looking for a right entry to actually short this space. So let's see pound against the NZD. Not really a big move. Okay, early in the week, not really a big move as you can see. But against the USD has been massively moving to the upside. So against the USD has been massively moving to the upside. But also against the JPY, how has it been faring is almost flat early in the week. So guys, I think this would rise because if there could be some weakness on the JPY, as you can see that it's around a very key structure there. If there could be some weakness on the JPY, I think this space could actually make a push to the upside. I think it's a huge possibility that it could make that push to the upside, because definitely this area here has not been broken. This is a very strong area for the JPY. All right. So if this area could be broken, then we can then see strength coming in. But I think this support area could actually push price up, and we could see some weakness coming into the JPY pair. And definitely, if that would happen, then we will see more strength coming into the AUD pair and also the NZD pair. And possibly we could then see how those pairs can actually still further go up against possibly the GBP JPY is one of those pairs I want to actually long the more this week if there could be weakness in the JPY. Okay, so also the GBP card, we have seen also the rise, that is rise on the GBP card, about 91 pips at the moment, 70 pips at the moment, because of card weakness, which we spoke about earlier in the session. And also Euro card has also rallied up, all right, rallied up. So, but definitely we want to see when the card actually get that strength back. So possibly inside of this area, then we will look to take an action, because card is actually still going down and trying to gather momentum. So once that could happen, once card start going up, then this will start coming down, and the rest of the things can actually come into play. And definitely I want to see all those things reflected on the CO2 report. Okay, so that will be all for today. I'll drop some other updates if there are some that will come in possibly later in the week. And I wish you a very successful trading week and remain blessed. See the voice of GVN FX, and I hope to see you next time.